Hi, my name is Francois and I am a super teacher. Lately, I've noticed that many teachers are demotivated and they are so hurtful that they just want to get out of education. Many teachers would tell you that being demotivated in the teaching profession just comes with the territory. Sometimes you feel demotivated, and then on other occasions, something happens and you feel positive about your career once again. But there are some of our colleagues that are so demotivated, that are so stressed, that really do not enjoy education anymore, and they just want to get out. So in this episode, I'm going to share some of the ideas I have on the other types of career paths that you can take if you don't want to be in teaching anymore. This brings us to the question of the week. Remember, you need to answer this question in the comment section down below if you would like to claim your CPTD points. You can earn some free CPTD points by watching the videos on this YouTube channel. If you'd like to know more information on how you can claim these points, there is a link to a video right up here. Just click on that and you'll know what to do to claim your CPTD points. The question of the week: if you weren't a teacher, what other career would you pursue? Tell us in the comment section down below. With all of that being said, let's educate. Teaching is not for everybody. We might think that those in society that cannot teach, and that it is one of the most easiest jobs in the world. Those of us that actually do teach and stand in front of the classroom, we know that it's not that simple. And not everybody is cut out to be a teacher. So for those of you that are exploring other options, it's okay. We've all been there. But the question is, do you really hate teaching this much that you want to give it up and try and do something else? For those of you that answered, hell yes, get me out of this career, this episode is for you. But for those of you that are happy in teaching, you might want to watch the rest of this just so that you keep that back door open. In my experience, there's two reasons why teachers would want to leave the profession. And the first one, of course, is they want to make more money. Because teachers don't earn a lot of money in our country due to the very mediocre salaries, a lot of us can't make ends meet. So we would rather want to go into a profession where we can make more money. The other reason for leaving the profession is just that you are fed up. You are so done with all of the issues that there is in education, all of the admin, the long hours, the not spending time with your family, that you just want to do something else. Now, some of you might wonder, Francois, isn't this channel supposed to motivate and inspire other teachers to become super teachers? Yet now you are demotivating or discouraging people to stay in the profession. Now, hear me out. I really think we should have super teachers in every single classroom. But for those individuals who really do not want to be in education, it might be better for them to leave. Because if you are not motivated, you often do more damage in the classroom than be constructive. So I'd much rather you go and do something that you enjoy, that will uplift you, than to stay in a dead-end job that you really do not like. In my research on this topic, I found a lot of other careers or jobs that you can go into with your experience of being a teacher. Now, I divided them into three groups. The first one being you are fed up with the classroom, but you'd like to remain in teaching. So I'd share a few of those with you. The other one is you would like to earn a lot more money and therefore do a job in a corporate environment. And then the third one, which is probably the biggest one here, is that you'd like to still earn a lot of money, but then still remain working the same type of flexible hours that you do as a teacher. So becoming an entrepreneur might be the best way to go for you. So for those of you that still would want to teach, but not in the classroom, here are a few options. The first one is to get involved into tutoring groups or homeschooling groups. Now, whether you start your own center or whether you join an established one, it doesn't matter. You have got the skills to teach, and in this way you'll teach one-on-one or with smaller groups. The challenge with tutoring and homeschooling is that the market is quite competitive. But I believe in the future you'll see a lot more parents wanting private tuition for their children. So in the future there'll be more opportunities for tutoring or homeschooling. For those of you who are tired to teach to the children in a specific age group, you might consider either teaching if you're in the primary school, moving up to the high school or vice versa, or just maybe exchange within a specific phase. If you're teaching in the intermediate phase, you might want to seek an opportunity in the foundation phase or maybe the senior phase. You get the idea. Maybe it's just not the right age group of child that you are teaching to. Another one that links with this is teaching in adult education. In this sense, there are people much older than the normal school-going children that want to further their own education. A few people who haven't completed their high school, for instance. You might then consider joining adult education institutions. If you are one of those teachers that really does not like the schedule and the routine associated with teaching in a school, you might consider teaching at a tertiary educational institution. Now, this is easier said than done. In order to teach at a university, you would need a postgraduate qualification. The minimum would be an honors degree, but this won't really guarantee that you get a position at a university. Many institutions would prefer a minimum requirement of a master's degree. For those of you that would like to exit secondary or primary school teaching and would like to move into the tertiary field, this might be a long-term strategy. Ensure that you keep on studying part-time and get those qualifications. As soon as you have your master's degree, go look at all the career portals of the universities and see if there is a position available in the education faculty. For many of you, the challenge is not just teaching in a school, it's also teaching in this country. Many teachers are very negative about what's happening in the country at the moment, and they would like to get out or immigrate. So many teachers are looking for opportunities to teach in other countries. Now, this might sound idyllic, that you don't have to teach here anymore and you can go to foreign countries with some great romantic settings. But remember, it's not that easy. A lot of teachers have been successful in their endeavors to teach in other countries, but it really is very difficult to get in there. But in many cases, the circumstances in which you will be teaching isn't that much greater than you have it here. A word of caution. Be careful for scam agencies, people that try and con you out of your money. They would require that you pay a deposit to arrange your accommodation and plane tickets and things like this, and after you've paid the money, you never hear of them again. So if you consider this, please ensure that you work with reputable agencies. Moving on to the next category, those of you that would still like to work for a boss but earn more money. You can apply to work in the sales department of basically any corporate company. Why do I say this? One of the biggest functions of any salesperson is to educate the client. So before anybody would consider buying a product or a service, you would need to educate them on the benefits of choosing said product or service. And who better to educate than somebody with a teaching degree or teaching background? But please do not fool yourself in thinking that it's going to be easy to go into sales. You will really need to put in the long hours to make a success of this. But being a teacher, you're already used to long hours, so I don't see this as a problem. But a big benefit here is that you can earn commission on your sales. Now, what types of companies would employ a teacher? Well, the first thing that comes to mind is that companies that actually provide a service or product to schools, like stationery companies, or companies that provide school supplies. You have a lot of experience and you come with a lot of information about what the client in a school environment needs. So you will be a great hire for any company. In the same vein, you could also act as an advisor for the marketing department of many of these companies. Now, I'm not for one moment saying that it's going to be easy to find a job in a company, but you would find some MDs or CEOs or owners of companies that really think out of the box and could really see the benefits that you as a teacher can bring to their company. But you also need to understand that these people would need you to have some background or skill or qualification in business. So it might be to your benefit to do a short course or an online course on project management or just business management. Now, the last category is that of being an entrepreneur. Now, this has become such a big buzzword these days, and everybody wants to claim that they are entrepreneurs or they want to be entrepreneurs. But a lot of people don't comprehend the hard work that it takes to run your own business. But for those of you that are really into it and want to give it a shot, here are a few options of what you can do with your experience as a teacher. One thing that many teachers do is they move into real estate and they become a real estate agent. Now, I know it's not necessarily entrepreneurial, but there's a big aspect of entrepreneurship with real estate. The benefit here, of course, is that you get to arrange your own diary and that you still can work the times that you want to, but you're also bound to the times that people can view properties. So if you think for one moment that real estate agents work less than teachers, you are mistaken. But it could really be profitable to sell property. One of the aspects to consider, though, is that you need to be qualified to be a real estate agent. So maybe in your spare time, if it is at all possible, you can try and get yourself qualified as a real estate agent. Now remember, I'm not a real estate agent. I don't know what happens in that career that much. But before making any of these decisions, it might be wise to go and chat to somebody that has already tried to do this. For those of you that really like your extramurals, why not start a company where you coach other children? In all the years that you've been teaching, you've built up a small CV of extramural activities. Go look for the ones that you really have some talent in and that you really enjoy, and see if there isn't possibility that you could coach any of these activities. Another option is to start a training center for corporate companies. In many cases, companies need to do skills development or training with their staff. Who better to do this than an actual teacher? You can familiarize yourself with the content, but then use the pedagogy and the methods that you know with corporate clients. One of the other options that links well with this is that you can develop your own courses. You can then use these courses when you do the skills training, or you could even just write your own textbooks, make some resources for the classroom, and then sell them online. For those of you with an honors degree, you can sign up to be part of research projects. Many research projects at universities or other institutions need field workers. People that can go out and do the field research and bring back the data to the researchers. This might include doing some interviews or collecting surveys or even transcribing what has been said during the interviews. If you'd like to do this, approach the closest university to you, or if you're willing to relocate any other university, and speak to the Faculty of Education's receptionist and see whether they can put you into contact with researchers that really need people to assist them in their projects. And then last but not least, you can go into tourism. So a big part of tourism is educating people about South Africa. Now, if you come from a natural sciences background or a social sciences background, you would know that there are many travel agencies that need tour guides. You can either start your own tourism agency or join another one where you can become like a museum educator or an educational tour guide on safaris. And there you have it. You can literally do anything that you want to, as long as you're willing to put in the work to get there. Once again, I really don't want to discourage anybody from being a teacher. I feel that this is the best profession for me, and I absolutely love every single thing that I do in education. But I do acknowledge not everybody feels the same way as I do, or that many other super teachers do. But for those of you that stick around and really want to stay in education, it would be great if you could join the community of super teachers. So if you like what we do here, give this episode a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel so that all super teachers can unite under one banner, so we can make a positive difference in each and every classroom. If you'd like to be notified when I upload a new episode, please click on the little bell and you will receive notifications for when a new Super Teachers Unite episode is uploaded. We upload new episodes every Wednesday. Remember that subscribing to a YouTube channel is absolutely free, and if you'd like to do that, you can just click on the logo that's popping up right here somewhere. If you'd like to see other episodes that we do on this channel, you can click on the link right here, or even on the episode linked right below that one. Until next time, my name is Francois, and I am a super teacher.